Do as I say or get lost, my girlfriend screamed, trying to control my money. I just smiled, packed her bags, and threw them on the lawn. 3 days later, her mum called me crying. I, 32M Liam, always thought myself a patient bloke. Tolerant, perhaps excessively so at times. But everyone has their breaking point, don't they? Mine came when being yelled at about my money in my own flat. My girlfriend, Gemma, 29F, and I had been together nearly 2 years. The first year was brilliant, passionate, and fun. Gradually, things changed. Small remarks about my spending became demands. Her contributions to our household dwindled while her expectations skyrocketed. We didn't share bank accounts. I'd learned that lesson years prior. This was my place before she moved in 8 months ago. We'd agreed she'd cover groceries and utilities while I handled the mortgage and larger expenses. Seems fair, right? Except suddenly, utility bills were a bit much, and groceries became basics unless I chipped in for her fancier preferences. Meanwhile, she'd hint about needing a new laptop, designer handbag, or weekend breaks she expected me to fund. Last Friday pushed me over the edge. I received a decent bonus from work and mentioned it casually, thinking we could replace my aging telly or boost my savings. Gemma's eyes lit up. Oh, amazing! You know that spa weekend Nicola mentioned? We absolutely have to go. And I saw this stunning necklace online. I tried redirecting. Hold on, Gemma. I was thinking something more practical, maybe save most of it. Her expression shifted instantly. Practical? Are you serious? You get extra cash and your first thought isn't treating me? What's wrong with you? It's my bonus, Gemma. We can discuss doing something nice together, but I'm not spending it all on a whim, and definitely not solely on things you demand without a proper conversation. My demands? She scoffed. It's about us. Don't you want me happy? Don't you want me to look good? Your colleagues' partners have lovely things. This isn't about my colleagues, I stated evenly. This is about respecting my finances and making joint decisions. That's when she lost it. Proper shouting, accusations of selfishness and ingratitude, how I clearly didn't love her if I wasn't ready to spend my bonus on her desires. It culminated in the classic line, delivered at maximum volume. You'll do as I say with your money, or I'll get lost. You choose. Something inside me just clicked. No shouting back, no fury, just stark clarity. This wasn't a partnership. It was a hostage negotiation with my bank account. I met her gaze directly, smiled, a small, tight smile. All right, I said very quietly. Then I walked into the bedroom, retrieved her suitcases, and began packing. Her clothes, shoes, makeup bags. I was methodical. Folded some items, stuffed others, collected her toiletries. She followed, momentarily speechless, before resuming her tirade. Threats, insults, demanding to know what I was doing. I ignored her. Zipped the first suitcase, started on the second. Found sturdy bin bags for the overflow, cushions she'd insisted on, chargers, knickknacks. 20 minutes later, I carried everything to the front door. She was still yelling, fluctuating between rage and disbelief. I opened the door, picked up the first suitcase, lobbed it onto the small grass patch outside, grabbed the second, tossed it next to the first, threw the bin bags alongside them. Turning back, she stood there, mouth agape. You said, do as I say or get lost, I reminded her calmly. I'm not doing as you say. So, I gestured towards the door. Get lost. I closed the door in her face, locked it, engaged the deadbolt, put the chain on. My hands trembled slightly. Not anger, more adrenaline, release. I rested my forehead against the door, just breathing. I heard her banging and shouting for several minutes, then silence. Peeking through the peephole, I saw her cramming her belongings into her hatchback. That was Friday night. It's now Tuesday afternoon. Not a word directly from her, until about an hour ago. My phone rang. Unknown number. I nearly ignored it, but something prompted me to answer. Liam! Liam! A woman's voice, choked with tears. Sharon, Gemma's mom. Here we go. Update. Sharon was sobbing so hard I barely recognized her voice. Sharon, is everything all right? I asked neutrally. All right? How can you possibly ask that? She wailed. My poor Gemma, you chucked her out, onto the street, with nothing. Sharon, that's not accurate, I began firmly. Gemma presented me with an ultimatum regarding my finances. She screamed that I either follow her instructions or she'd get lost. I chose the latter. But she has nowhere to go, Sharon cried. She's been kipping on my sofa. She's heartbroken. You treated her like dirt. My internal monologue. She's 29, has a job and numerous friends. Don't give me that sob story. Outwardly, I said, she made her choice, Sharon. Her reaction when I didn't immediately hand over my bonus was extreme. We're clearly not compatible. Bonus? Sharon seized on that. She mentioned you received a huge windfall and refused to help her. She just needed assistance with her car payment. Car payment? Laughable. Friday's demands for a spa weekend and designer necklace hardly sounded like help with the car payment. The assistance she demanded involved spending the entire bonus on non-essential items she wanted, instantly, without discussion, I clarified. And the ultimatum was her idea. Sharon wasn't listening. You men are all alike. Gemma loves you. You need to apologize and bring her back. That won't be happening, I stated firmly. The relationship is finished. Gemma can arrange to collect her remaining items. You expect her to come crawling back? Sharon shrieked. You owe her compensation for emotional distress. Done with this conversation. Sharon, my decision is final. Goodbye. I ended the call. My phone immediately erupted with texts from Gemma, oscillating between furious, "You'll regret this," and pleading, "Baby, Pose, call me, we can fix this." Interspersed were texts from Sharon calling me various names. I blocked both numbers. Then things got stranger. Tuesday evening, an email alert. An attempted $500 gift card charge on my Amazon account. Declined, thankfully. But guess who was still logged in on their device? I immediately signed out all devices and changed passwords. Wednesday morning, my letting agent called. Someone matching Gemma's description had phoned, claiming to be my fiancé needing emergency access to my rental property because of a leak. Fortunately, the agent knew better and refused. The final flourish? Mutual friends texting. Mate, heard things are difficult? Then, Gemma's saying you kicked her out for no reason? Nicola, her best friend, had launched a smear campaign portraying me as financially abusive. So, Gemma didn't just get lost. She declared war. Packing her bags was merely round one. Time to strategize for round two. Update the Amazon charge attempt and letting agent call were wake-up calls. Gemma was actively trying to cause problems. The entitlement was extraordinary. She genuinely felt owed something after she delivered the ultimatum. First step, document everything. Screenshots of abusive texts before blocking Amazon charge attempt notification. Written statement from my letting agent. Text from friends about Nicola's rumor-mongering. Second step, security overhaul. Changed passwords on everything. Banking, streaming services, social media. Enabled two-factor authentication everywhere. Checked my credit report. All clear. Third step, the box. Collected her remaining items, books, charger, odds and ends, placed them in a small cardboard box, taped securely. Fourth step, communication lockdown. Final text to Gemma. Attempts to access my account's properties have been noted and documented. Cease contact. Your remaining belongings are boxed. Inform me by Friday when you wish to collect them, or they'll be disposed of. To questioning friends. The situation is complex. Gemma's account is inaccurate. The relationship ended following her ultimatum regarding my finances, and her subsequent actions have validated my decision. Happy to chat if you want my perspective directly. The Friday deadline passed without response. Sunday morning, I placed the box by the communal bins and sent her a final picture message before blocking her again. Now for the counteroffensive. This wasn't about revenge, but consequences and self-protection. I discovered through a sympathetic friend that Nicola had warned off a woman I'd chatted with at a work event, calling me controlling and unstable. Preemptive sabotage. And then a bill arrived for a high-end clothing subscription service I'd never heard of. Addressed to me, clearly not my style. Investigation revealed Gemma had signed up months ago using her name, but my address. She'd either obtained my card details or used a buy now, pay later service linked to my address. The initial payment slipped through unnoticed, but subsequent payments failed after I updated financial details post-breakup. Now they were pursuing a $300 debt. Not a massive sum, but it was the principal. And fraud. I contacted the company, explained the situation, provided her moving out date, stated it constituted fraudulent use, and offered to file a police report. I sent them copies of the documented harassment as evidence of her pattern of behavior. Regarding Nicola, I decided against direct confrontation but kept evidence in reserve if she escalated further. Update. It's been a month since the picture message of the box by the bins. The silence from Gemma, Sharon, and Nicola has been profound and extremely welcome. The subscription company confirmed the charges were fraudulent. They removed the debt from my name and would pursue Gemma for payment. That £300 lesson in checking statements cost her, not me. The rumors fizzled out unexpectedly. Apparently, Nicola has a reputation as a drama stirrer. After bad-mouthing me to a few more people, someone challenged her about her intense investment in my breakup. Another person confirmed she was spreading malice. Word got back to Nicola, and she withdrew, likely embarrassed. And Gemma? I've heard snippets through mutual friends. Living with Sharon isn't the supportive haven she envisaged. Sharon isn't pleased about hosting her unemployed 29-year-old daughter indefinitely, especially one now attracting debt collectors. The poor, heartbroken Gemma facade wore thin quickly when confronted with her entitlement 24/7. There was no dramatic confrontation, just the slow, grinding reality of consequences. Gemma attempted financial control, failed. Tried manipulation, failed. Attempted fraud, failed, and now owes money. Tried using friends to attack me, failed and damaged those friendships. She received silence, blocked numbers, and the mundane repercussions of her choices. Was it satisfying? Yes, in a quiet sense. Not explosive revenge, but watching a poorly constructed edifice collapse under its own flaws. She craved drama and control. She received indifference and bills. Do I feel bad? Occasionally, a small pang of sadness arises that someone I once cared for revealed such a character. Then I recall the screaming, the demands, the attempts to defraud me, and the feeling dissipates. I used part of that bonus to buy myself a new television. Set it up, ordered a takeaway curry, opened a beer. Felt good. Peaceful. Moving on now. Focusing on work, reconnecting with friends Gemma had subtly isolated me from, enjoying the absence of financial arguments. Life feels lighter. Perhaps I'll date again eventually, but not for a while. I certainly know which red flags to watch for now, especially the ones screaming about money. So, that's the tale. No grand Hollywood conclusion. Just an ordinary bloke reclaiming his peace after dealing with truly next-level entitlement.